Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of transformations on the coordinate plane. This is standard 8.10c in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 12 of the 2022 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a circle that is graphed on a coordinate plane, and its center is -4, 7. All right, so I'm going to try to draw that just so we have some kind of visual right here. So let's draw 4 quadrants. All right, so -4, we'll kind of guess right there. 7 maybe up here, so this is quadrant 2. They don't tell us how big it is. So just for our purposes, I'll draw a little tiny circle. All right, so there we go. So there's our circle at -4, 7. And it will be translated. All right, so when we do a translation, that means we're going to slide it. We're not going to rotate it. We're not going to reflect it, move it, turn it. We're going to slide it. Okay, so it will translate it p units to the right. So they're not actually going to give us actual number. They're just going to say p. And then we've got v units down. All right, so we're going to go over. We're going to go down. Don't know how much for either. We've just got p and v. So in effect, right, it's going to end up being like a diagonal. But when we do the translation, we move over and then up or down. So which rule describes the center of the new circle after this translation? So you see these rules, right? We're going to start with xy. And then this little arrow means we're going to transform it. And so you notice that we are either adding or subtracting p, and either adding or subtracting v. That's all we're going to do. We're not going to multiply the -4 or the 7 by the p or v. That would be a dilation. So we don't need to do that. So what happens to our p? Well, let's just guesstimate where we think our new p is, right? So this p kind of moved us over. So our new center is probably, I would say, +4, right? So how do we get from -4 to +4? How do we move to the right? Well, when we do that, we are going to either add or subtract p. And if you're thinking of a number line, when you move to the right on a number line, you are going to add. So in this case, right, we would have added 8, since we're just kind of guesstimating, just to put some numbers here. But that's how you would get from -4 to +4. Now let's check our v. So that probably moved us down, I'm going to say to 4. Once again, we're just guesstimating. So our new coordinates would probably be 4, 4. But how did we get from 7 down to 4? Because we're moving down 4. Well, when we're moving from 7 down to 4, we're going to subtract. We're not going to add. So here's the thing with the x-axis and the y-axis, and that's where it gets a little bit tricky right here. So when we're moving to the right on the x-axis, we're adding. When we're moving to the left on the x-axis, we're subtracting. So that's why we did a +p. But we have to look at it differently on the y-axis, because it doesn't move left or right, it moves up or down. So when we move down on the x-axis, we're subtracting. And when we move up, we are adding. So that's why we have a -v. So we are going to take our x, and then we're going to add the p. We're going to take our y, and we're going to subtract the v. So that's what we did right here. Let's see. We've got +p plus v. Nope. +p minus v. There's our answer, G.